And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the 5th race of the Snickers Cup Series Season 3 as we prepare for the Titanic 400 to take to this racetrack, Auto Club Speedway in California, for 38 laps of head-to-head racing. On the pole for this race is Seth Cole, a rookie making his first career Snickers Cup Series start in the number 52 NNSCRA Hershey Chevy. And alongside him, the guy who went to victory lane last week, Sean Galligan, in the Hartley-Pool Toyota Camry. In row 2, we've got Christian James, Mr. Consistency, lying up there on the inside of row 3, alongside of Felix Harris, who's been a bit of a dark horse in that number 93 car. We'll see if he'll be able to maybe pick up his first career win here in the Snickers Cup Series today. In row 3, we've got our defending Snickers Cup Series champion, who after a good finish last week at Quarter Slammer, is going to be in the top 35 in points and not have to really worry about that here today. He'll look to try and climb up the standings once again, as we will now show you the starting lineup, brought to you by Zolo's Italian Restaurant in the heart of downtown Franklin, Tennessee. As they complete their 2 pace laps, here's the starting lineup, and then we'll come back and show you a few new rides. So we'll get ready to go under the green flag. A few of the new rides you're going to be seeing here. One of them is here, the number 35, under the ownership now of one Alexander Dawson. And number 35 car being sponsored by the NASCAR Pepsi Cup Series, which is run over on Randy Orton Fan 2011's channel. Alexander Dawson became the champion of that series, and so he is sponsored by that series here today. So congrats to Alexander Dawson on winning the championship over there, and good luck with him and that sponsor during this race. Another driver that is a new sponsorship is the new driver, the number 84, Matthew Rodriguez, piloting the National Guard paint scheme that actually he put in Victory Lane and in Championship Victory Lane in the Mobile Cup Series Season 1 when he drove the number 25 National Guard GMAC Chevrolet. A few other drivers are going to be seeing piloting some new paint schemes this season, but we're going to be getting to that in just a moment as the green flag is waving and Seth Cole is going to lead them down for the green flag here at the Titanic 400. Here comes Tony Speed making a move on Adam Chambers. I'll tell you what, Tony Speed, right now, he seems to be the number 1 contender for the Rookie of the Year in the Snickers Cup Series. But this season is not over, but I'll tell you what, as far as consistency is concerned, he is definitely one consistent driver, as he is now going to go 3 wide for the lead. He'll put Christian James in the middle, Seth Cole up to the high side. He's got a trunk full of Robert Band, who takes a look to the inside. They are 4 wide off the turn. Oh, and they wreck. They have wrecked. Oh, you had to know that was going to happen here. Whoa, Seth Cole nearly gets Christian James out of shape. And here comes Robert Band. Photo finish at the stripe, and Robert Band will lead him under the caution flag. I don't know if John Worry or Tony Speed got the second position. One of them did. Who did? I think it was Tony Speed over John Worry. But the caution's out. Oh, there's Alex Filter, T.O. Bain. Adam Rose is involved. Oh, I was talking about Felix Harris, who actually started in the 4th position. He's involved. Ryan Acosta, Ray Wilson, possibly even John Dillon sustaining some damage in that one. As the caution waves, and it looks like we're going to have pit stops. Robert Band, the Geico Ford, is going to lead them down. 4 pit stops here. Top 5 right now, comprised by 3 Richard Childress cars running 3rd, 4th, and 5th. That is John Worry in the 33, Adam Chambers in the 27, and Jacob Cook in the 30. Also Dylan Young running up in 6th in that new number 50 car of his. So Robert Band going to lead them down to the pit road. Let's see if anybody's going to stay out. Nope, everybody's coming down pit road this time. So maybe some pit strategy playing out here or something, but nobody electing to stay out. Here comes our pole sitter, Seth Cole. He slid to the back quite a bit. So did Sean Galligan, who started at second. And Tony Speed, rookie Tony Speed is gone. Worry is gone. Cook is finished. So is Seth Cole. He's out in the 4th position. Tanner Sullivan, Barney Ward, Tim Walsh, Sean Henley, and others all completing their pit service as they are just flying off of pit road here. And we are mere moments away from going back under the green flag, as some drivers are staying on pit road to get repairs done to their race cars after getting caught up in that wreck. We're now going to show you the footage of what happened on lap number 1. This wreck occurred in 2 different places. One right there where James McLeod makes a little bit of contact into Ray Wilson, forces him up, and Felix Harris just gets clipped, and Ryan Acosta is just an innocent bystander, and they go up into the fence. But Ryan Acosta, I think, is going to get a piece of the wreck that happens further up. We'll now show you how that one started, as we showed you here, these 3 getting involved in what was actually the initial caution, and then a follow-up caution came out further up in turn 4. Okay, so the wreck with Wilson, Acosta, and Harris is happening right there. Oh, Aaron Williams got tapped by somebody or something, but it sent him up into John Dillon, Adam Rose. Oh, wow. T.O. Bain, look at Filter. Oh my goodness, that car is up into the catch fence. Hopefully no fans were injured, but oh my goodness gracious me. Filter lands on his roof. I don't know if he actually lands back on all 4 wheels or not. But back here, I think Ryan Acosta is going to get another piece of another wreck, as if one wasn't enough. He gets into Adam Rose there. I think he tried threading the needle between the outside safer barrier and the Budweiser Chevrolet. But Filter, yeah, he ends up finishing on his roof, this whole thing. I'll tell you what, scapegoat, guy that got away unscathed pretty much, was Aaron Williams. He lost a ton of positions, but pretty good job holding on to that number 64 car after getting turned by who I think was John Dawson, but I don't know for certain. So the caution flag has been put away. We've gotten the signal of 1 lap remaining. Drivers that are out as a result of this wreck are Alex Filter, Adam Rose, and T.O. Bain. Other drivers such as John Dillon, Ray Wilson, Felix Harris, and Ryan Acosta have been able to make repairs to their cars and return to the racetrack. So only a total of 3 cars out so far. Tony Speed, guy who I was talking about earlier, really in contention for Rookie of the Year so far, has that number 14 out in front. I wouldn't put it past him to maybe go to victory lane today. He leads John Worry, who's up to 2nd. Seth Cole, our pole sitter, is 3rd. Jacob Cook, good run in 4th right now. Dylan Young, pretty impressed with Dylan in the Bandit Toyota Camry, running in 5th. 6th place now is Christian James. Tanner Sullivan, good run in 7th. 8th is Barney Ward. These 2 are go-or-go-homers who ended up making the race in the qualifying races. They're running in 7th and 8th. 9th is Tim Walsh. Good run for him. Sean Henley, another driver who had to qualify his way in. He's running in 10th. Sean Galligan's back in 11th. Jamie Watson runs 12th. Adam Chambers 13th. 14th rather is Dougie Shears. 15th, Alexander Dawson. Robert Pan, who led them down onto pit road, lost quite a few spots. He fell to 16th. Trent Dunham is 17th. 18th is James McLeod. 19th is Brandon Gonzalez. And 20th position is Anthony McCrory. We can go further back, I think. Arnold Columbia is 21st. 22nd is Devin Wilson. Vincent Marsh is 23rd. John Dawson 24th. 25th is Jake Berg. Rest of the top 30 is Jake Rogers, Red Bell, Samet Ozkan, Trent Whitney, our points leader, and Jake Cole. So our points leader, Trent Whitney, finding some problems getting up to the front early on here in the Titanic 400, but not Tony Speed as he leads them down to the green flag and puts us back under the restart on lap 6. Boy, Tim Walsh bailing out of the throttle there. Maybe something amiss on the 5-hour Energy Toyota, but he just moved way up to the high side, and they put him 4 wide there on the front straightaway. Meanwhile, John Worry looking to the inside line of the number 14. Kind of ironic, John Worry drove that number 14 car last season in the Snickers Cup Series. Here comes Seth Cole to the inside. Oh, boy! John Worry tried to put the block, and he nearly spun himself and Seth Cole out as they are 3 wide coming down to the stripe. Man, oh man! That could have been dangerous right there as the caution is waving once more. Caution is out. Oh, I hear a car spinning. Oh, it's Jamie Watson. Devin Wilson's involved. Aaron Williams, Ray Wilson, Logan Wilson, John Dillon, Ryan Acosta, Matthew Rodriguez gets a piece of it as well. And that was no little wreck. Jamie Watson took a hard lick, and I'm thinking I don't know for certain, but I think Jamie Watson may have nailed Devin Wilson in the 42. Oh, man, a tough break for Jamie Watson, who was doing pretty well in the standings. Devin was doing pretty well. So was Aaron Williams. Williams, actually, it was him and Tony Speed who were pretty much battling it out for Rookie of the Year so far. And he's involved. Caution is out. Cars are coming down pit road. Tony Speed is the leader. John Worry second. Seth Cole third. Christian James, and now Dylan Young has moved his way into the top 5. He's running in 5th. And we will now move to our pit camera. Leader Tony Speed, he's going to slow down. He's going to pull into his pit box. We'll see what the strategy is going to be on the number 14. Looks like it's going to be a tire stop this time. Remember, he did fuel only last time they came down pit road. Tires for Seth Cole, tires for Christian James, tires for Sean Galligan. Looks like only a 2-tire stop for Tony Speed. He is down and away. Dylan Young, John Worry, Tanner Sullivan, and Barney Ward will be the top 5 coming off pit road. Seth Cole, pole sitter. Looks like it's going to be a 4-tire stop for that race car. He's going to lose a ton of positions on pit road. Also a 4-tire stop back there. That's for, I believe that's Felix Harris in the 93 getting a 4-tire service. James McLeod, 4 tires for him. 4 tires for Matthew Rodriguez. Now let's see why we're under the caution. Well, here's what happened. It looked like Jamie Watson was a little bit off the pace there. He seemed to slow all these guys down. He bounces down into James McLeod, and that's going to send the 8 car into a spin. Devin Wilson gets turned further back by, I believe that was Trent Whitney. And here comes Aaron Williams into the picture. Nowhere for that car to go. Logan Wilson, nowhere to go. Look at Dylan Poteet. Oh, he gets a piece of it. So does Matthew Rodriguez. John Dillon's going to come and nail Aaron Williams. And oh my goodness gracious, that was a hard lick. Oh, Ray Wilson. Felix Harris. Oh my goodness, how did Felix Harris get through all that? Oh, Ryan Acosta gets a piece of Aaron Williams. Matthew Rodriguez gets a piece of it as well. Ryan Acosta, John Dillon, Logan Wilson, Ray Wilson, as well as Aaron Williams, Jamie Watson, and Devin Wilson. But let's go on board with the 93, see how Felix Harris made it through that wreck. On board with the Amco Dodge, and how he made it through this wreck, I will never know. Great job getting through by Felix Harris. Watch this. Oh, man, it's just like parting the waters. Man, oh man, I do not know how he did that, but that was a terrific piece of driving by Felix Harris. They'll give him some valuable spots on the track as well. Well, more drivers have retired from the race. They include Ryan Acosta, Jamie Watson, Logan Wilson, John Dillon, Aaron Williams, also Ray Wilson, and Devin Wilson. Boy, that was not a good wreck for the Wilsons. 3 of them taken out there. Logan, Devin, and Ray. They join Alex Filter, Adam Rose, and T.O. Bain in the garage area. Tony Speed continues to lead. Pit road has not been a problem for the Mobil 1 Chevy Impala. He's had some pretty lightning-fast pit stops. First time he came in, it was a gas and go. It gave him the lead, and then he did a 2-tire stop last time, and his crew got him out first once again. He leads Dylan Young in the 50. John Worry is 3rd. 4th is Tanner Sullivan, and 5th is Barney Ward. 6th now is Dougie Shears, and you got John Dawson in 7th. 8th is Sean Henley. 9th is Christian James, and 10th is Tim Walsh. I gotta step aside for 1 minute to answer the phone, and I'll be right back for the restart. Okay, I have answered the phone, and all's right with the world, and the green flag is waving once again, with Tony Speed out in front. Tanner Sullivan moves up the racetrack, and he's going to lose that 4th position as Barney Ward challenges down to the inside for that spot. A lot of drivers trying to get good finishes here to try and move themselves into the top 35 in points. Barney Ward is one of those. Also, Tanner Sullivan in the 73. A good finish here might be able to do it. There's no guarantees, no promises, but I think the caution's waving once again as I think there's a wreck that's just occurred on the back straightaway. There is indeed. Dylan Young has gotten by Tony Speed for the lead, and Dylan Young is going to lead them down to the caution flag. Let's see who was involved in that wreck. So we are on lap 12. Smed Ozcon in his first, well, not his first start, but Ozcon is involved. Jake Cole is involved. Oh, and Anthony McCurry also has gotten a piece of this. Matthew McMurray also could be added to the hit list of that wreck. I think they are going to come down pit road this time by, but we haven't got them coming down pit road yet, so let's see what happened to put us under the caution flag. Well, this was just a 3-wide ordinary battle, but I think it's going to start right there. Yeah, Smed Ozcon comes up into Brandon Gonzalez and just kind of gets clipped and turned up into the 96 and the 39, the 88. Look at Matthew McMurray up and into the catch fence. That's the second car we've had that happen today. Alex Filter was the first. He's going to go sliding along the outside safer barrier. Anthony McCurry actually flipped over on his roof once. Look at that 96 car. I don't know what it is here at this racetrack. It could be the high speeds. It could just be the way that they hit the wall, but we're having already 2 cars have gone up into the catch fence, and there you see Smed Ozcon and Jake Cole involved as well. Tough break for those drivers, but we're ready to go for pit stops. Dylan Young is leading them down. Let's cover them now. Looks like a few cars staying out. One looks like Sean Henley. The other looks like Jacob Cook. So maybe a little pit strategy being played out there as everybody else is coming down pit road. Christian James pulls in. Sean Galligan pulls in. Where's our pole sitter? Seth Cole. There he is. Tony Speed's gone. Sullivan's gone. Young, Ward, and Shears are the top 5 off pit road. Tell you what, our leaders, our pole sitter and front row holders, Seth Cole and Sean Galligan, they've slipped back through the field quite a bit. They've come down pit road quite a ways back the last 2 times as everybody else completes their pit service. We'll come off pit road, and we'll get ready to go back under the green flag. It looks like Smed Ozcon has been able to repair his number 52. He is off pit road, but I think a few drivers are going to be retiring as a result of this wreck. Get ready to go back under green on lap 16 of 38. Drivers that are out as a result of that last wreck that occurred. Matthew McMurray is one of them. Jake Cole and Anthony McCurry also retiring from the race. The other driver that was involved, Smed Ozcon, has made repairs. His race car returned to the racetrack. Something going on with the number 20 of Jake Berg. I don't know for certain what it is, but Berg ended up having to have an extended stay on pit road and everything. I'm not seeing any visible damage to that number 20 car, but something is amiss on that car because he ended up coming down pit road twice. But he still is running on the lead lap in the 29th position, so I don't know, maybe he decided to just top it off with fuel. And Matthew McMurray has returned to the racetrack, so he is not out of the race, but he has been posted as 1 lap down to the leaders. Sean Henley has stayed out. He and the Enterprise Chevrolet will take the lead over. Second place is another driver who stayed out. That is Jacob Cook. From there on back, these drivers did make pit stops. Tony Speed is 3rd, Tanner Sullivan 4th, Dylan Young runs 5th, Barney Ward 6th, Dougie Shears 7th, 8th is John Worry, 9th is Tim Walsh, and our points leader, Trent Whitney, has moved his way up now into the top 10. It always seems like he comes out of nowhere to place in the top 10 or something, and he's doing it again here today. Rest of the top 15, Christian James is 11th, 12th is Alexander Dawson, Adam Chambers is 13th, Vincent Morris 14th, and 15th is Red Bell. So we'll go under the green flag. Wonder if that lap car is going to cause any problems. Matthew McMurray has some damage. I don't know if he's off the pace or not. We'll see on this restart. Yeah, it looks like he is a little bit slower. It looks like fresher tires are not going to help Tony Speed and Tanner Sullivan, as Sean Henley, Jacob Cook get away on that restart there. They didn't slide the tires, and that was a big key thing for those drivers, but here comes Tony Speed now, looking to the inside, but he gets moved out of the way for 3rd by Tanner Sullivan. So, Sean Henley, Jacob Cook, things working out in their way right now. Caution's waving, though. Caution is out. Oh, look at that. That's the older tires for Henley as he slides up the racetrack, but still maintains to hold the lead down here to the stripe, and he will lead them under caution. But the caution is waving once more. I heard a wreck. And Robert Bann is involved, along with Alexander Dawson, Jake Berg, Matthew Rodriguez. Damage as well to Brandon Gonzalez and Sean Galligan. And, Felix Harris, who missed that one wreck, he's involved. So the caution waves once more. There's last week's winner, Sean Galligan. He's involved in it. Brandon Gonzalez is in it. Alexander Dawson Not much damage to that car. But there is to Felix Harris and Matthew Rodriguez. Rodriguez is retired. Tough break for a guy who came in sponsoring the new National Guard paint scheme. And it looks like we are going to have pit stops. I'm rather surprised to see Tanner Sullivan indicating he's going to come down pit road. Same for Dylan Young. They made pit stops last time. I would expect to see Henley and Jacob Cook especially come down pit road. They did not pit the last time by, but everybody's coming down pit road again. And it doesn't look like anybody's going to gamble and stay out. So we go now to our pit road camera. Henley, the leader, going to pull into his pit box. And looks like there are some tires going to be going on to that Enterprise Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports. Everybody else coming down pit road. Dylan Young pulls into his pit box. Tony Speed into his. Here come a few front runners that started up in the front of the field. Adam Chambers and Christian James. There's Seth Kohler, a pole sitter, pulling into his pit box. There's Sean Galligan. Let's see if he's going to remain in this race. Looks like he will. He'll try and get the damage completed and fixed on that race car. As everybody else is on pit road getting their pit service done. Sean Henley, a long extended stay on pit road. Same for Jacob Cook. They had to take tires. Everybody else was able to do a gas and go. So the caution is waving. Let's see why. Okay, here's a look. Looks like maybe Robert Band comes up the racetrack and into Sean Galligan. Yeah. James McLeod gets a piece of it. Matthew Rodriguez, and right there, Trent Dunham turns his girlfriend, Red Bell. And Red Bell turns Alexander Dawson. And Dawson goes for a spin. That was rather interesting that Dawson just ended up spinning. That's why there wasn't much damage to the 35. But Brandon Gonzalez is involved. Matthew Rodriguez. Jake Berg. Ooh. Oh, let's go back to green. Pit stops, the order of the day. Sean Henley going to lead them down as he's going to make his pit stop. Let's see what the strategy is going to be for the number 25. It's a 2-tire stop so far. And will he go for 4? Nope. Yes, he will. It'll be a 4-tire stop for Henley. Everybody else now down in the front section of pit road pulling into their pit boxes. Chambers is in. Tony Speed looks like it's just a gas and go for the Office Depot Mobile 1 Chevy. He is gone. Dylan Young is gone. Whoa, Tanner Sullivan, Sean Galligan nearly made some contact on pit road, and still continuing a stellar day is our points leader, Trent Whitney. He's come out, I think he's going to be in the top 10 for this restart, but everybody else completing their pit service, getting out, and we will try settling this all out for you as we get ready to go back onto the restart. Dawson, who had that spin, he is gone and away, and Galligan has an extended stay on pit road. I don't know if he's going to stay on or not, but yeah, it looks like his pit service is done. He just got some of that front end damage repaired, and let's go back to green. So we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing on lap 20 of 38. We got Tony Speed, a rookie, out in front trying to win this thing as he leads over another rookie. That is Dylan Young in the 50. Then it's going to be Tanner Sullivan, Dougie Shears, and Barney Ward. We have a total of 4 drivers in, or 4 rookies in the top 5, and we have 3 of them which have not made a maximum of 3 starts. Dylan Young making his 2nd start, Tanner Sullivan making his 1st start this season, and Barney Ward making his 1st start. Then you got Vincent Marsh 6th, points leader Trent Whitney runs in 7th. 8th is Adam Chambers, 9th is pole sitter Seth Cole, and 10th is John Worry. The rest of the top 15 is John Dawson, Christian James, Red Bell, Tim Walsh, and Arnold Columbia is up there in the top 15 now. He did this last week too, I think Columbia did, where he was going and just like running near the back, and then all of a sudden at the end of the race he was up inside the top 15. So Columbia trying to do that one more time. As we get ready to go back under green flag racing, are anybody out as a result of that wreck? Well, we got Robert Band, who's retired, Matthew Rodriguez. Brandon Gonzalez is also out of the race, along with Felix Harris. Don't know why Harris is out. Jake Berg, Jake Cole, Anthony McCrae, they've been in the garage area already. as the green flag was just displayed for Tony Speed and Dylan Young. Young, right, all over the back bumper. How would it be for Dylan Young to go to victory lane so early? I mean, he's not doing so badly over in the Mobile 1 Cup Series, and these cars aren't that different from those race cars, so we'll see what might happen here, but the caution is now waving, so these two rookies will battle it out going back to the stripe. Dylan Young getting to the inside. He may end up leading them back to the stripe. Let's see if Tony Speed can get a run back on the high side to lead under caution, and, oh boy. Looks like Dylan Young did get the lead, but that was awfully close. As we get ready to find out just exactly what we put us under the caution for. And it looks like it could have been John Worry. And Sean Henley's got some right side damage. Barney Ward, oh no, oh, and Mr. Consistency, Christian James, who, if I'm not mistaken, started, I think it was either 3rd or 4th this race. Oh my goodness. Wow. So John Worry is involved, Christian James, and I think Sean Henley, who was actually leading us down pit road last time, was involved. Let's take and wait before we look and see the replay. It looks like drivers are going to come down pit road again. And yes, they are. For a moment there, I thought maybe they were going to stay out, but they're not. They're coming down pit road. Robert Cruz leads them down. There's Trent Dunham back there. I didn't talk about him, and he's running up in the 6th or 7th position right now. But a lot of our top runners were taken out in that wreck. Sean Henley there, Barney Ward was involved, and Christian James. So Cruz, whoa, he almost made some contact with Tony Speed as he's going to pull into his pit box. Dylan Young had a pretty good pit run as far as where he started. So I think he's pit box number 8, 9. Seth Cole there trying to get his pit service done. There goes our Season 1 champion, Dougie Shears. He's down and away. Matthew McMurray's completed his service. He's gone. Seth Cole, Alexander Dawson, Jacob Cook. Looks like that's going to be the top 5. Tony Speed lost quite a bit of ground. And Sean Galligan has retired from the race. Not exactly sure why, but we're going to find out in just a moment as everybody else completes their pit service. Our defending champ, Adam Chambers, an extended stay on pit road for the Quaker State Chevrolet. Maybe just trying to get that thing packed full of fuel to make it to the end of the race. John Worry going to be able to continue, and there's another driver back there that's coming down pit road and making his way down. I'm thinking it probably could have been Sean Henley that's coming down there, and that is indeed who it is. This is the Enterprise Chevrolet. Completes his pit service, and he will continue on. Let's take a look at what happened to put us under the caution flag once again. Well, there it was. I didn't get to record it right at the right time, but Tim Walsh and Christian James make some contact heading into turn 1. But that's not what really put us under the caution flag, I don't think. Something happened further up here with Barney Ward. Where is Barney Ward? Barney Ward is... Oh, I think I missed it. Let's rewind it just a little bit here. Yeah, I did miss it. Whoa, whoa! Barney Ward was running in 5th at the time. Is there contact between Seth Cole and Adam Chambers right there? No, Barney Ward just comes up into Adam Chambers. Oh, Vincent Marsh, our winner at Phoenix, is involved. Tanner Sullivan gets a piece of the outside retaining wall. Our points leader, Trent Whitney, he got a little piece of that, but really not that much damage. John Worry and his teammate Adam Chambers, they're involved there. And look at Dougie Shears. He worked his way through that wreck, and he is now our current leader after, I believe it was a gas and go pit strategy on pit road. And oh, there goes Sean Henley off the nose of, yeah, that was off the nose of Alexander Dawson. And does Henley hit the wall is my question. Oh, no, I think he hits John Worry. But then they come and they slide back up the racetrack. And luckily John Worry is able to put the brakes on. I don't think... Oh, yeah, he does get the outside retaining wall. I thought maybe he'd scrub off enough speed, but he didn't. He did get a piece of the wall. So we're under the caution once again. Let's go back to green. Alright, so we'll get ready to go back under the green flag. Matthew McMurray, I'm not exactly sure why he came down pit road with the lead lap cars, because he is still listed 1 lap down. Rather surprising there. Sean Galligan, as we mentioned, he's retired from the race due to front end damage. Apparently his car must have been overheating or something. Christian James is retired from the race as well. So this is the way they line up for the restart. Dougie Shears leads. Seth Cole, the pole sitter, runs in second. Alexander Dawson's up to third now. Fourth is Jacob Cook, and fifth now is Dylan Young. In sixth, we got Jake Rogers. Then a fellow Dodge and John Dawson runs in seventh. Trent Whitney runs eighth. Ninth right now, Tony Speed. And Arnold Columbia is back in 10th. Tanner Sullivan runs 11th. 12th now, Trent Dunham. Dylan Poteet running very well in 13th. James McLeod 14th. Smet Oscon running in 15th. 16th place is Barney Ward. 17th is Tim Walsh. 18th, Red Bell. 19th is John Worry. Vincent Marsh is running 20th. Adam Chambers is 21st, 22nd is Sean Henley, and that's it. Those are the race cars we have on the lead lap. We've got Matthew McMurray. He is running in 23rd, 1 lap down. So we'll go ready to go back under the green. Dougie Shears trying to go to victory lane. He's actually very good at these mile and a half racetracks, and so it's not much of a surprise to see him up here at the front of the field. We'll see if maybe he can work a little Red Bull magic and get back into victory lane. So, we will get ready to go back to green flag racing. We're going to have a total of 13 laps remaining in this race. It's taken us a little while here as far as to get this race completed. Green flag is back out. Seth Cole jumps way up to the high side. That's going to cost him. Here comes Alexander Dawson moving to the inside. And he's going to challenge for that second position. Jacob Cook running very well in that AOL Chevrolet once again as he goes to the inside line there as well to try and get by both Dawson and Seth Cole. But Dougie Shears continues to lead. He may have some company, though. Dawson looks like he may make a move. Oh, is he going to? Jacob Cook looking even further, 3 wide. Cook cannot make the move. Dawson, however, did. Here comes Dawson at the stripe. Let's see if Dawson leads in that Pepsi Cup Series Chevy for Tommy Baldwin Racing. He does indeed. Alexander Dawson has got it. That is the lead. Oh, Seth Cole over, makes contact. Oh, Jacob Cook having some contact made with Tony Speed. We nearly had our top 4 of our top 5 drivers wreck there in turn 1. Seth Cole now to the inside line of Alexander Dawson. And something that's really surprising me is we are still green flag racing. Nice green flag run we got here. But Seth Cole leads the way now. He's been at the back. Now he's worked his way back up to where he started on the point. Front row. Pole position, he's now running in the lead, and the caution is out, so Seth Cole will lead him down to the caution. And we're under the caution for John Dawson, who ran 10th last time by. And here's some drivers coming down pit road. I think they've got some damage. Dylan Poteet, James McLeod, and Trent Dunham. They may have been involved in something there. Front end damage to the Bass Pro Shop Chevy. He's going to get that repaired. Dylan Poteet there along with James McLeod. Looks like that was the Barney Ward machine, also on pit road. McLeod is on in his pit box. He has retired. I think Poteet is retired as well. And Dylan Young, Trent Whitney. It looks like they may have sustained some damage along with Jake Rogers. So this may have been a wreck that stretched a little bit further than we expected. Oh! John Dawson rear-ending Trent Whitney there. Well, let's see if they're going to come down pit road or not. No, they're not coming down pit road this time, so let's see what we're under the caution flag for. Seth Cole paces the Titanic 400. Well, here it is. Looks like John Dawson gets into our points leader, Trent Whitney, sends him up into Dylan Young and Jake Rogers. And how does Arnold Columbia get through that? I have no idea, but he is just missing wrecks right and left. Tanner Sullivan comes into the picture here. Does he get a piece of it? I can't really tell. Then there's Dylan Poteet up and into the fence. James McLeod is going to get into it. Trent Dunham, he tried to follow his girlfriend, Red Bell, through that little hole. Could not do it. Oh, Dylan Poteet gets rear-ended hard by Barney Ward. But Trent Dunham, he's involved. Ward, Whitney, our points leader. Poteet, McLeod, and John Dawson. And Dylan Young and Jake Rogers also got some damage from that as well. But there's our points leader, Trent Whitney. Don't know how bad the damage is, if he would retire or not. He lost some points as far as last week. Drivers starting to catch up to him as far as points were concerned last week, and He may be in danger of losing the points lead, our Daytona 500 winner, Trent Whitney. Back under the green flag we will go as we prepare for what will be, I think it's going to be like a 7-lap shootout to decide this race. Drivers out as a result of that last wreck included James McLeod, Dylan Poteet, and Barney Ward. They'll finish in 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, respectively. Matthew McMurray is still on the racetrack 1 lap down, but it's a single-file restart since we have less than 10 laps to go, so you will not see him lining up on the inside line here. Here's the way they'll look when we go back to green flag racing. Seth Cole, pole sitter, out in front here in the closing stages. He leads the way. Alexander Dawson running very well in second. Dougie Shears is third. Fourth is Tony Speed. Fifth is Jacob Cook. Arnold Columbia is sixth. Sean Henley's back up to seventh. Matt Oscon in eighth. Red Bell is ninth. 10th, Vincent Marsh. They got John Worry 11th. Tim Walsh runs in 12th. There's Matthew McMurray. He is 1 lap down in 20th. 13th is Adam Chambers. Jake Rogers 14th. Dylan Young 15th. Trent Whitney, our points leader, continues to run in 16th position. John Dawson is 17th. 18th is Tanner Sullivan. And 19th is Trent Dunham. 20 cars on the racetrack, 19 of them on the lead lap. And we have only a total of, I think it's going to be, 8 laps to go when we get to the stripe and get the green flag. So here we go. Seth Cole. This is his first NNSCRA start, period. And he's leading the way here. This is his first race. Let's see if maybe he could pull off a victory. But there are some other drivers back there who like their first career wins. Alexander Dawson there in second, Tony Speed there in fourth, and Jacob Cook in the fifth position. Seth Cole leads him into turn one. Dougie Shears looks to the inside of Dawson. That is for second. Dougie Shears, as I mentioned earlier, very good at these 1 to 1.5 mile racetracks, and this may be his forte here. As he goes to the inside line of Seth Cole, he'll try going for the lead. Is the caution out yet? No caution. As Tony Speed goes 3 wide for the top spot, and he'll take it off turn 4. Tony Speed, the new leader here at California. Seth Cole sliding into the clutches now of Dougie Shears. He now uses the high line to take the second position. Sean Henley has suddenly shown himself up into the top 5 now after getting involved in a wreck earlier on. He's up in the 5th position. But Tony Speed about to get challenged maybe. Seth Cole starting to close in. So is Dougie Shears, so is Dawson. But Tony Speed, been one of the most consistent rookies in the Snickers Cup Series all year long. As a matter of fact, Aaron Williams, who's been his biggest competitor here in the Snickers Cup Series for that Rookie of the Year title so far, he was involved in a wreck early, is retired, and Tony Speed may pull away in the rookie standings, even with the win here today. That would really help his chances. A lot of these drivers also thinking ahead to the All-Star race. A win can put them into the All-Star race field, and here comes Seth Cole back to the inside line. He will take the top spot back, but Dougie Shears starts to close in on Tony Speed for second. He may have thoughts about the lead here if he gets enough run into the turn 3 area. Here he comes. Here comes Sean Henley, too. Henley making a move on Alexander Dawson. Oh, look out! Wow, that was close. Look at Dawson running hard on that high side to try and get around both Henley and Dougie Shears. Doesn't look like he'll quite be able to do it, as now he's going to fall back into the clutches of Henley for 4th place, and now he slides to 5th. He'll try and regroup and get back to the front. Tony Speed back to the inside of Seth Cole. Seems like Cole and Speed continuing to swap that lead back and forth as they continue to battle it out here for the lead and possibly the win of the Titanic 400. Dougie Shears, Sean Henley, we got some new players back up here in the top 4. Don't count on Alexander Dawson. Here comes Red Bell and Arnold Columbia. Looks like it's going to be a total of 10 drivers. No, 9 drivers to decide this race. Dougie Shears gets shuffled up to the high side. As Tony Speed continues to lead the way, we are still clean and green. This is the way it looks through the top 10, actually the top 9 that are still eligible to win this race. Tony Speed leads, Seth Cole 2nd, Sean Henley 3rd, Dawson 4th, Dougie Shears 5th, Red Bell 6th, 7th Jacob Cook, Arnold Columbia 8th, and 9th is Vincent Marsh as they continue to battle up front further here. Alexander Dawson goes by, he'll take 3rd place from Sean Henley. Move the 35 up to 2nd, or to 3rd rather. Seth Cole to the inside of Tony Speed once again. That is for the lead. Speed starts to lose a little bit of ground though. Off that corner, here comes Alexander Dawson. Don't count Alexander out. Don't count Dougie Shears out. Don't count Sean Henley out. We still have 9 drivers who could still pull off a miraculous win here, but Seth Cole continues to lead here out of turn 4. The Hershey's NNSCRA Chevrolet, but Tony Speed may be able to challenge once again. White flag is displayed. Seth Cole going to lead them down. It is 3 rookies. Actually make that 4 rookies in the top 5 now, as Red Bell has just taken 4th place from Dougie Shears. But Seth Cole, his worries aren't over yet. The Office Depot, Mobile One Chevrolet, and the Pepsi Cup Series Chevrolet, they are starting to close in here as we head into the turn 3, turn 4 vicinity. Seth Cole's got to drive out the rear view mirror as well as the front view windshield to be able to win this race. Here comes Alexander Dawson. He's going to go to the inside of Tony Speed. That's for second, but Speed hangs tough. Seth Cole out of turn 4 for the final time. He pulls off a Hail Mary here today. His first career start, his first career win. Seth Cole will win the Titanic 400 at California Speedway. Wow. Seth Cole pulls off the major upset, winning the race after starting on the pole. He was as far down as 32nd position this whole race, and he comes back to finish with the win in his first career start. There's Tony Speed pulling alongside, offering his congratulations. Good sportsmanship there by Tony Speed. He and Seth Cole definitely had the 2 best cars going down to the end of this race. Alexander Dawson going to pull alongside there and offer his congratulations as well. He was so close to maybe picking up the win as well. He had a very strong race car, but Seth Cole going to win this race. Second was Tony Speed. How about Alexander Dawson third? Red Bell came to finish a respectable top 4 finish in 4th. Dougie Shears in 5th. 6th was Columbia. Vincent Marsh 7th. Sean Henley 8th. Jacob Cood 9th. And how about Tim Walsh? After finishing dead last in the Mobile One Cup Series race yesterday, a respectable top 10 finish for that 5-hour Energy Toyota. So Seth Cole goes to victory lane. Congrats to him. He has now clinched a spot in the All-Star race for this season as well. And we will now show you the finishing order and the standings. We'll see you next time when we head to Texas Motor Speedway for the Oreo Truck Series, Mobile One Cup Series, and Snickers Cup Series. You've been watching the NNSCRA Offline Racing at its best.